All right, I just pressed record on my camera. And in this YouTube video, I'm gonna show you the easiest strategy for small channels and how they can grow quickly. I'm not gonna waste your time. Let's jump into it. All right, first things first, I got my notes jotted down with a couple of things I wanna go over. As a small YouTuber, it's been tough this past few months trying to grow. And I'm kind of build a routine and it's made it easier for me to grow. So let's jump into it. All right, so the first things first, you gotta build trust with these powerful hooks. Like, for instance, my hook is basically talking about small channels, making their life efficient and how they can grow quick and just kind of get to the point. Start talking about what you have to talk about in the video, because in the first few moments, they may want to click off, because if you start talking about all these other things, you want to get down to business. You build trust that way because they know that they clicked on that title and they're getting exactly what they're looking for. Do that in your videos. It makes you more trustworthy. It provides that instant gratification to the person that's viewing the video that they're getting what they asked for. And come on, let's be honest. Let's get to the point. We want to get that dopamine. We want to get that information that we came for. A lot of times I'll watch videos and sometimes I may want to click off. So I thought to myself, if I'm making videos and I start talking about this, that, no, take out the fluff, build trust, align with your viewers, and give them the value that you're providing right away. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right. And this one is a non-negotiable. I feel like it should be part of everything you do on YouTube. You want to give eye contact to the lens, meaning the person that's looking at the video and watching it. So that way it builds that like one-to-one connection. You want to use eye contact and open body language. You don't want to have your hands crossed. You don't want to keep looking down at your phone. You don't want to be looking away. Of course, we want to have direct eye contact to the camera, because it'll feel real. It'll feel like an actual conversation. And when I first started doing YouTube several months back, I felt like I was so nervous. So I had to practice looking directly at the lens or looking at the preview. So that way it gives that one-to-one connection. Me and you are having a conversation how we both can grow on YouTube. If I start looking this way, looking that way, it kind of feels like you're nervous, or you don't know what you're talking about, or you just don't want to be on camera. Like, I'll start to think, why is this person here? Maybe they should do another day, whatever. It brings a lot of variables. Give direct eye contact to the camera. Make it natural. Keep your hands relaxed. Don't be all like crunched up. Get comfortable. You're trying to deliver a message to your viewers. These people have took the time out of their day to watch your videos. So be relaxed. Be thankful for that and be comfortable. And if you do that over and over, exactly this, it'll become easier to be on camera and become more natural. It'll be like a conversation that you're having with a friend, which I feel it makes it so much easier because you guys are all my friends. It feels like I'm having a conversation with you all inside the truck. Do this. It's very helpful. It'll make you feel comfortable and you don't have to be so uptight. Just relax. You're doing great. All right, let's move on to the next one. And this is really, you got to narrow this down once you figured out what you want to do as far as creating content, but you want to go specific. You want to go specific and build curiosity. So basically, when I made this title, I was like, you know what? I'm a small YouTuber. I know there's a lot of people who are starting out. We're getting to our new year. January 1st is right around the corner. Happy New Year to everyone. But yeah, you want to be specific. And while everyone is trying to figure out their New Year's resolutions, how they can start their YouTube. I know everyone is eating a lot during the holidays, so we're all trying to figure out how to lose weight, things like that. So I was like, let me go specific, small YouTubers, easy strategy, what has worked for me. And I made that thumbnail and made this hook just like that. It's really simple. I don't want to be I'm not a guru. I'm no shape or form. And that'll tie into another tip in the next part of the video. But yeah, keep it simple. Be specific. Don't start talking about all these other things that are irrelevant in the video. Just give them what they asked for, right? Exactly what they clicked on the thumbnail for. All right, let's move on to the next one. If you guys are getting value out of this video, do me a favor, smash the like button, drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Also, we are still doing a giveaway. It'll be announced on December 31st. If you don't know already, we're giving away an Osmo Action 4. That's a mouthful. In order to qualify, I put that in the community post. However, you need to follow me on Instagram. You need to have your subscription set to public, so that way when I announce the winner, I can see that you're actually subscribed to the channel. You also have to comment on that video, which is in the community post. what would you do with your dream camera? How would you create something along those lines? What would you do with the camera if you got one handed to you today? Just let me know. But those 3 things: subscribed, you have to be followed me on Instagram, your subscription set to public, and just let me know a quick story around what you would do with your dream camera. All right, let's move on to the next one. And that ties into what I was saying before. Be authentic, not an expert, right? There's so many gurus on YouTube. There's so many people who have done this, so well, right? Being authentic aligns with people who are in the same space. Like, I'm a small YouTuber. I'm no shape or form. We got a lot more work to do. So me being authentic and just talking about my experience and not saying, oh, I'm the expert at creating YouTube videos, because I am nowhere near that. If you be authentic, people will align with you. You'll find your tribe that has that same feel, trying to figure out this growing pains. How do I make thumbnails? How do I make titles? How do I talk to the camera? How do I set up the camera? How do I even, work with the gear that I have? How do I find a new camera? How do I do these things? Be authentic. Answer your comments. Talk to your audience. Your audience may be a few now, but when it grows big, you're gonna have all those people who have followed you from the beginning. So if you're authentic, they'll, be yourself. I can't really say it no more than that, because it makes you more comfortable. It goes back into open body language, being yourself, being relaxed, feeling comfortable. This is your studio, right? And I always say this is your studio. You're the director. Be relaxed in your space, wherever it is. It can be in the car. It could be at work. It could be anywhere. It could be on the floor in your apartment. Anywhere you create, just relax, be authentic, because that will speak through the camera and people will notice it right away. All right, let's move on to the next one. I started my YouTube journey last year, like seriously, like locked in, and I said to myself, I wanted to get better at talking to the camera. I wanted to get better at public speaking. I wanted to not be nervous. I wanted to be my real authentic self on camera. And I said, you know what? I'm going to try my best to create this content and also empower someone else to do so by showing my growing pains and getting better and making little changes here, there. You want to create a connection. You want to be good at storytelling. Tell your story. We all have experienced so many things in our lives, whether it be ups, downs, problems, opportunities, surprises, if you will, because I didn't expect to be where I am today. So build connection by telling your story. I feel there's someone out there who could align with your story. And if you tell your actual story and continue to learn from that and guide your viewers in the right direction based on your feelings, your teachings, if you're cooking or you're showing someone how to drive or being a tech reviewer, people get something from your story, and provide that to your audience. All I'm going to say is just be yourself, do this consistently, do this consistently. And I'm telling you, it gets easy every single time. Do me a favor, drop a like on the video. If you made it all the way to the end, you're a real one. I really appreciate it. Otherwise than that, like I said, the giveaway is in the community post. We're going to announce it December 31st via live stream. Stay tuned for that. Otherwise than that, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.